Welcome, everyone, to another Nerdstrodamus podcast.
It's Christmas!
Just about. I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
I'm Santa Punk.
Yes, you are. And, well, it's the end of 2019, and we are coming into a brand new decade.
It's crazy.
It absolutely is.
People were doing those decade photos, and I was looking back, and I was like,
No.
what happened to me?
Anyway.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Like, I look back, and I'm like, oh, my God, what happened to ourselves?
Yeah, I don't want to look back at the ones from 10 years ago. I have a feeling.
Yeah. But here's the other thing. Coming up this March will be the 5th year anniversary of Nerdstrodamus, too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, it's the beginning of year 5.
Year 5.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Yeah.
But it's still funny to kind of look back and be like, oh,
Wow.
like, look how far we've come.
Oh, yeah.
And look how far we've fallen.
We're almost to 1,000 subscribers.
We are almost to 1,000 subscribers.
Yay!
So I'll take this moment to plug our YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on audio services, make sure to go to the Nerdstrodamus YouTube channel, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on our videos.
Yeah.
Or if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share.
Indeed.
And there's a bell now, I
Yeah,
guess.
you ring the bell, and there's all kinds of stuff. I don't know. There's something about a Copa. There's like stuff with that.
Copacabana.
Copacabana. But anyway, because it's the end of the decade, we thought instead of like doing our normal podcast or even just talking about the best games of the year, we would talk about the best games of the decade.
Yeah.
Which is harder.
It is, well, some years.
Well, yeah. See, you told me about this, and I was like, oh, this sucks. I got to remember all these games that I played and what was my favorite. And then looking back, I was like, oh my God, I remember this. And I teared up a little bit because all these good games.
I had the same thing where I was Googling, like, I don't remember what came out in 2011. And then immediately I see a game and I'm like, oh, that was 2011 for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that
Far
was
and away the game.
Yeah. So now we're going to discuss every year of the past decade, starting in 2010.
Yeah, this is sort of going to be the first part of a 2-part discussion, I guess.
Right. We're going to go through each year, talk about our favorite games, and try and narrow down the best game of that year.
Uh-huh.
And then there will be a video/podcast later where we discuss what we believe to be the best game of the decade.
Yes.
Are we going to talk about what we think is going to be the best game of 2020?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
We always do that.
But
Cyberpunk.
now, Slowtad isn't with us, but he was kind enough to send us his choices for every year.
He's here in spirit.
He always is. He always is.
Miss you, big guy.
He's not dead. No, he's just at home. I think.
You think?
I don't know where he's at.
I never see him. We're never here in the same time.
Very rarely. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you're just both Punk and Slowtad.
Oh my God.
So let's get started and let's talk about the very first year, 2010.
Whoa. So this is the first year I kind of got back into gaming after I don't know, like college kind of pushed things to the wayside for me. I only had a Wii in the intervening years, and then I got an Xbox
did?
at the end of 2009.
Yeah, it was a hard year for me too because a lot of the year I wasn't playing video games. I joined the military, basic training, advanced training, and stuff like that. So it was only a very short time in that year that I played, and it was kind of hard for me to narrow it down a little bit.
There were 2 games I had trouble choosing between, but when I really thought about it,
There's only one.
There was only one that had to be because I talk about this game a lot. So, who wants to go first?
All right, I'll go first.
Actually, you know what? Because he's not here, let's just bring up Slowtad.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
That's good.
So Slowtad said for 2010, his game was Halo Reach.
That came out in 2010?
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
It was a really good
It was
game.
really fantastic.
I'd like to also mention that recently just got dropped on the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
So if you haven't updated it,
Yeah, oh, and they also put it out for Windows too.
they did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
But like, if you're sitting there with the Master Chief Collection, going, "Oh, hey, I want to play Reach, but it's not there." No, it is now.
I always tried to replay the ending. I was like, there's got to be a true ending. I got to beat this.
It's been long. It's been almost 10 years now, Punk. There's not. We would have found it by now. But anyway, Punk, what was your game of 2010?
Mass Effect 2. Again, it was kind of hard for me to narrow it down, but I do remember this game fondly. I love the Mass Effect series.
I 100% agree with you. That was my game of 2010.
Really?
Yeah, because even though I played a lot of Reach, and I almost agreed with Slowtad, like, Mass Effect 2 was such an amazing game.
Yes.
And in all honesty, the only way it could be any better is if it had the multiplayer from 3 in it.
Oh, yeah.
But
It was actually the first Mass Effect game I played. I didn't play the first one at all. I started with the second one for some stupid reason. I think they probably didn't GameStop was sold out of the first one. I was like, oh, I'll just do the second one, whatever. And then I started playing it, and I'm like, I have to play the first one.
I played the first one and then the second one, and I gotta say the second one is such a nice upgrade from the first one.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing story, amazing characters, and there's so much to do in it.
And there is talk about re-releasing it now. Yeah.
Please re-release the trilogy. I want to play it again. Lambo, what about you for 20?
Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, that was the other one. That was the other one that I'm sitting there like.
Because for me, I remember watching, Pants over here play Fallout 3 before this, and I remember thinking this is the biggest step in video gaming I've ever seen. You know, like a fully realized like open world, tons of exploration. It's fun, it's exciting, and then New Vegas like amped it up like a bunch. Yeah, the story was more personal, but then like the world was a lot more fun and exciting and lived in.
I agree, except when New Vegas came out, I did not play a lot of it because it was so soon after 3.
It was only like 2 years. Yeah.
I was kind of burnt out because I played so much of 3. So New Vegas was like game of the year for me when I eventually got around to playing it, which was like...
So my game I had sitting next to New Vegas, though, that was Mass Effect 2.
Nice.
So...
I mean... I hate to argue against Slow Tab, but I'm pretty sure that narrows it down. Then the Mass Effect 2 might be the game of the year for 2010.
Yeah, I think we're just going to crown it that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Yeah, Mass Effect 2, the game of the year for 2010.
Yeah.
So let's move on to 2011.
This one,
Oh, yeah.
This one, I'm pretty sure we got.
I'm pretty sure too. And I'll be honest, Slow Tad's pick surprised me.
Oh, what did he pick?
Yeah.
Pokemon Black and White.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
And I'm going to speak on his behalf here because Pokemon Black and White, after Diamond and Pearl, after Platinum, like Black and White was absolutely amazing. The game introduced about 150 new Pokemon, and up until you beat the game, you could not get any of the old Pokemon.
Oh, I remember that.
And it was so refreshing to play through, and it was the first game where the Pokemon had animations during the battles. Like, they moved. They weren't just static sprites. And it had the best story of a Pokemon game.
Yeah, and considering Slow Tad only really gets like a good playthrough of like some really good RPG, like maybe once a year.
Yeah.
It totally like,
it
makes
speaks
sense.
to that.
Yeah.
And when I saw he shared that, it made me question my 2011 pick. But I am a huge advocate for this game. And it's one of the few games that gets a soundbite every time I mention it. The game of 2011 for me, Catherine.
Oh, I get to do it again.
That came out in 2011?
Yeah.
It was a while ago. I remember when we first, because you and I used to be roommates.
Yeah, and it was the year we moved in together.
Yeah, I remember
Such a good game.
putting the waifu pillow on a pillow.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, Catherine, an amazing, super personal story. It wasn't, like, world-ending. And it was this weird block puzzle game.
Yeah. I loved the bar.
Oh, my God.
Ordering my drinks and everything.
And it had this, like, cool stimulation aspect
Yeah.
where you just talked with people and you kind of advanced the story that way if you wanted to. You got the cell phone and you were getting text messages and stuff.
Yep.
And it had this morality system to it. And amazing voice acting, and it looked great.
Yeah, it did.
So, and an amazing soundtrack.
Yes.
So, like, I can't speak for that game enough. But it's a weird weeaboo game, so that's my pick.
Okay, well, mine came out 11/11/11. And it's Skyrim.
Mine was Skyrim too. Yeah.
Such a good Elder Scrolls game.
I've played officially through it like on as a playthrough 4 times now on 4 different platforms. So and like I discover new things every time.
Yeah.
I do things in a different way every time.
So I'm gonna be the odd man out because I have tried to play Skyrim so many times, and I just cannot make it more than like 5 or 6 hours into it.
Why?
I get bored.
What?
The world feels really empty to me, and it's really, really boring. I would rather go back.
It's cold outside.
I always say that, like, I would much rather just go back and play Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas than Skyrim. Because the world feels more alive in Fallout, which is weird because it's an empty, barren wasteland. It's literally called the Wasteland. But Skyrim, I can't get into it. Now, personal feelings aside, it is an amazing game. There's so much you can do with it. There is so much going on. So I will personally say that Skyrim as a game of the year is better than Catherine. I'll concede.
Yeah.
And I mean, is anybody else going to argue for Pokemon Black and White?
No.
I would
I never
almost.
played it.
I would almost concede to that.
Yeah.
I will not. My foot is down.
Okay.
Skyrim.
It's the best game of 2011, 2012, 2013.
Speaking of, let's move on to 2012. And it's not any surprise that Slowtad's game of 2012
Yeah.
was Borderlands 2.
Of course it was.
Because, I mean, if there's a Borderlands advocate in the Nerdstrodamus family, it is Slowtad. He will sing the praises of that game. And it's a good game.
It was really good. I enjoyed it.
I missed out on it, but I love the original Borderlands. I love the idea of it.
I've missed out on every Borderlands. That's been I've never touched one yet.
Which, funny, because we love to play co-op games, you would think it would be like a good game for us to play.
Yeah, maybe.
But we missed out on it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
2012, and I know I'm gonna get outvoted on this one, but my game of 2012 is Virtue's Last Reward.
Okay.
Because like Virtue's Last Reward, the sequel to 999, it was this amazing story. The puzzles were absolutely fantastic. I mean, Room Escape with visual novel, with pseudoscience, murder mystery, like all this crazy stuff going on. I was hooked. And it's very rare I get a game and I play it until it's beaten, until it's absolutely done. But I was obsessed with it until it was over. And I love that game so much. I cried during one of the endings.
I think that would have been a contender for game for that year for me, but I didn't play it in 2012. I played it out much later.
That makes sense.
So I couldn't put it on my year.
That's fair enough. So what was your game?
So I actually have two. One that I actually think would be a good game of the year, and the other one that kind of holds memories for me.
Okay.
So this year I was being deployed. So there's one game that I played constantly. I almost played it almost every day. And there would be, other soldiers around me like gathering like, oh, that's so cool. Forza Horizon.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I love the open world. I love racing games and just the arcadey feel and customizing all my vehicles and everything like that. And get some crazy things going on. I thought it was amazing. But it's not the game of the year for me. It was Darksiders 2.
Oh, wow, we're all split on this one.
Hold on. I had Darksiders 2 on my list
did you?
until I realized Virtue's Last Reward came out, because Darksiders 2 is an amazing game.
Yes, it is. It was so good. I actually don't like the first one. I couldn't get into it. The second one was 20 times better.
It's like taking the combat of a Devil May Cry or Bayonetta in a Legend of Zelda style game.
Yes.
And it's so stylized, and it's got an amazing loot system.
Yes.
And the bosses are fantastic.
It was so good.
So good. Lambo, 2012.
It's Mass Effect 3. Don't yell at me.
So that was on my list just because it's next Mass Effect. It had
It's
the
a hard
multiplayer.
one. Yeah, the multiplayer is one of the main reasons. But also because when we got to the end, we wanted to see a lot of the stuff. And I don't remember other games where I would go back through and just replay just for the sake of seeing all the different stuff. Because as epic and as like kind of personal Mass Effect 2 was, 3 really kind of like went ham on the whole, like, let's see how far we can make stuff go ridiculous. And the cast of characters was a lot of fun, even if they weren't quite as memorable.
Of the ending, though, until they kind of fixed it.
But I'll also, because I know Lambo will agree with me on that, we did not understand the controversy with the ending. We were perfectly okay with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just understand the basic thing of like storytelling, that you can't
we understand why people
have
are upset,
500 endings. Yeah.
But we didn't agree. Like, we weren't upset with it. In fact, we were living with Snarls too at the time, and I remember after we all beat it, we were all sitting around discussing what happened in our games. And it was this really cool, like, communal moment.
Yeah.
Where we talked about like all the different things that happened.
So you're saying everybody from 2012 was wrong?
Yes.
No. No. And here's the thing that I'll give you this.
Yeah.
That multiplayer in Mass Effect 3
was so fantastic.
It was so fantastic, and I have sank a lot of hours in that game.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
About the multiplayer, I love the fact that it contributed to the single player.
Yes.
Because you can you fully upgrade your character, and then you're like, you know what? Help Shepard.
Yeah. Now, so it's two of us with Darksiders 2. I can't, and I know Slowtad's going to say Borderlands 2. You played it.
Oh, yeah.
You're still going to put Darksiders 2 above it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll concede to Darksiders. That's fine.
Mostly because you didn't play it.
Yeah, I didn't play it. I think
Really?
I think it's one of those things that we have to ride different waves occasionally. I just never have played a Darksiders game.
That's actually kind of funny because
Yeah.
I was going to concede to Mass Effect 3.
See, I'm going to stick with Darksiders 2. Here's the thing. We've all played Mass Effect 3.
Right.
And if you and I both say that Darksiders 2 immediately went above it because we played it.
Okay.
Also, Darksiders 2 holds a special place because it was my launch day title for my Wii U.
Oh. I forgot Wii U came out that year.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
did.
did.
Oh, boy.
And to say that like none of the Wii U games are on that list like
No.
says something, except for Darksiders 2, but it was a
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
All right, so Darksiders 2, 2012.
Yes.
2013, I know I'm going to lose this.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to lose too.
Slow Ted's Game of the
Maybe
Year
I have a shot.
2013. Grand Theft Auto 5.
It was. Okay. That was part. That was kind of on my list as well. It was a really amazing game, and they keep adding onto it free content. I think there's a new casino heist coming out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out now. Yeah.
Like, normally we were getting Grand Theft Auto games every couple of years, and it's been now...
A long time.
It's coming up on 7 years,
Yeah.
and there hasn't been anything except updates to this.
Which the updates are getting more ridiculous. Now we have jetpacks, flying cars, and stuff like that.
The game was ridiculous as it was, so let's just make
yeah.
it worse.
Not ridiculous in that way, though.
No,
Not like
no.
the Saints Row kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it did have a really good story. I love switching between the characters, seeing their perspectives and everything like that. Going to Trevor every so often was hilarious. And again, the online is still going really strong.
And it's just fun, and it looked good.
Oh yeah.
It did look really good, and it had a huge area to it with so much going on.
Oh yeah.
And I barely played the multiplayer, but I have a really fond memory of playing it with
Oh, yeah.
Lambo a little bit.
I mean, didn't like a year or two ago we all get it just so we could play it, and then we haven't since?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask me if I still own it, guys.
Do you still own it?
No. Because we bought it a year ago, and I never played it, and I'm like, well,
Butts.
there it goes. My 2013 game was Fire Emblem Awakening. Yeah, I know.
No.
I'm going to lose out to this, but I got to say, like, I love me a good JRPG. I love me a good turn-based strategy game. The fact that they threw in, like, the simulator aspect, like the dating simulator, where you could then, like, basically create new units by pairing up certain ones. And, like, there was so much flexibility. Plus, the story was so much fun. The characters were great. They added so many cool features to it that I love. The pairing up system, like, in battle. There was a fast-forward button during, like, the close-up fights. I played so much of that game.
No.
I racked up so much time, and I was a fan of Fire Emblem before that, but that game made me now go out and buy every Fire Emblem game that comes out. I am a huge fan of that series because of Awakening. And it was a tough year because Shin Megami Tensei 4 came out,
Oh yeah.
which was such
That
a
was
good
good.
game.
That was good. I think that's the game I sunk the most hours into.
I definitely sank almost as many hours into that as I did Fire Emblem Awakening, but Awakening got more. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose this one, but I still had to make my peace with it. Punk?
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, because I love pirates and I love Assassin's Creed. I thought the story was great. I love the ship battles. Love upgrading my ship and everything like that, going to different islands and stuff like that. I loved that game.
I've only played a little bit of it, but from what I've played and what I've heard other people say, it's like the least Assassin's Creed game of all the Assassin's Creeds.
Yes, which makes it the best.
Lambo.
Yeah, Mario 3D World.
That was another one that
It's
I
a
was
hard
just like,
one.
it's really good. I mean, it was a co-op 3D Mario game. I'm sorry, I'm making your...
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. You know, and like it was a little bit more bite-sized, chunky, which actually made it, I think, more accessible.
Yeah.
And you know, then when they there was Mario Odyssey was the anti that eventually.
Yeah.
But I think as a good stopgap and probably the best game on the Wii U that still hasn't been ported anywhere at this point.
Seriously, they put 3D World in Maker 2.
Yeah.
Why haven't they just ported 3D
They
World
will.
over
They 100% will. They're just waiting for another stopgap moment to put it out.
I guarantee this coming year we'll see it get released.
Maybe. Yeah.
Which, by the way, fun fact, Mario 3D World released the same day as the Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
We were at the midnight release of the Xbox One to pick up Mario 3D World.
And Link Between Worlds was the same day too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, fun
Like
fact,
all
that
the
is
same day.
not on any of our lists.
No. I played it. It was okay. It was good.
This is tough because this is the first one I think where we're all
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
split. So what was Slow Tads again?
His was Grand Theft Auto 5.
I'm willing to concede to that because I kind of agree.
I almost want to agree too because like while I didn't play it as much as probably anyone else here in the family, like
we're a family.
We are a family.
Oh,
Merry Christmas, guys. I'll give it to Slow Ted. He had a good pick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see Grand Theft Auto.
And it has everything.
It does. It really does.
Is that the second one he won?
No.
Did he have Mass Effect?
No, he had Halo Reach.
Okay, cool.
So 2013 goes to Grand Theft Auto 5.
Mm-hmm. Easy.
Yep.
2014.
I'm just gonna throw it in there. Shovel Knight. Or Destiny. I'm gonna probably say it's Destiny though.
I am shocked. I am shocked at you right now.
Why?
Because number one, I'll do Slow Tats again.
Yeah.
He had Destiny.
Okay.
And I almost put Destiny until I realized that 2014 was the year that Earth Defense Force 2025 released. And how dare you, Lambo,
It took us 5 years to beat it.
I don't care. It was the
It was
EDF
really
deploys.
good. It was.
We had to save our mother
It was
Earth.
probably the best EDF game ever. Yeah.
It was. And as big advocates of EDF, I had to put that on there. I know, once again, that's not going to be the game of the year. But I have to mention it because it was my favorite game of that year.
My favorite game was definitely Shovel Knight, but I'm willing to concede to Destiny because Destiny was also amazing.
Mine was Destiny.
Yeah.
The only reason I didn't put Destiny on my list is because of where it eventually went, like in terms of its practices and everything.
But that was like the year after.
I know.
So the year of 2014.
Okay.
Destiny was it.
Yeah. and we did play it a lot. We that was the only year we kept up with it. We played every expansion when they came out. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I agree.
And we didn't we didn't drop off at all that first year.
No, I agree.
We were super excited for when the first DLC dropped.
I mean, that was the year of the Vault of Glass.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll concede to all of you.
It's Destiny.
That 2014 is Destiny. By the way, Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
Great pick. Also.
Yeah. Well,
it's such.
I had it on my Wii U too. Like, and I played it and beat it and conquered everything that was able to play on it on the Wii U. And then when it came out for the Switch, like 3 days after the Switch goes out, I had everything.
No, it was
on
out
there
that
too.
day.
Yeah, I know. That's my point.
Yeah.
So like. And more Shovel Knight is coming out in like literally 2 days. So
yeah. So by the time this actually gets released,
I'll be playing more Shovel Knight. So.
Yeah, I think it's the King of Cards.
Yeah,
I think it's
and the Showdown, the fighter game
the
too.
Multiplayer one. Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
All right, so 2014 was Destiny. 2015, Slowtat has Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Oh, that was really good.
It was, but nowhere on my radar.
That was
Here neither. Yeah,
I actually have 3 games on here, and the only
I have 2 on mine.
My number 1 I still play today.
I was gonna say because I that's on my list as well.
Yeah.
What is it?
So just the honorable mentions: Mad Max and Arkham Knight. Both amazing.
Arkham Knight was
They're
good.
both WB games actually.
Yeah.
Both amazing. I love the open worlds and everything like that. Car battles and Mad Max was awesome, and just Arkham Knight was so good. But my number 1 is Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, it's on my list as well. My top one is Mario Maker, but I'm gonna save my super arguing for Mario Maker 2 later on.
That's fair. That's fair.
But no, Rainbow Six Siege. I think I got it like maybe 2 weeks after it came out, and I think I convinced Pants to get it.
Not until not the year it came out.
Not the year it came out.
No.
But I played it a ton, like just on my own, like getting up there. And then when I realized the rest of you guys were playing it, then we I think it was that summer or the summer afterwards.
It wasn't. I want to say
we played
it was
it a lot.
It was either 2016 or 2017.
Whatever year we met, what was his name? The one guy who ended up joining the group.
Kevin.
The dude. Shout
Yeah.
out to Kevin, the dude. Well, I'll tell you that year was the year I was living in my current house. So it's only been the past like 3 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd still play the game today. There's 2 new operators coming out soon. They're already on the test server.
Yeah.
And they're going to do a whole another year of new operators and maps. So
They're milking that one forever, man. It's awesome.
Hold on,
Yeah.
because I didn't make my claim,
good
and I
call.
know
Good
that
call.
you aren't going to agree. So I was split between 2 games. It was either Mario Maker, which I did put a lot of time into, and I did make a lot of levels, which was really good. But the game I actually played the most in 2015, Splatoon. I absolutely loved Splatoon. The multiplayer was like a real nice breath of fresh air. Because it wasn't all about killing. It wasn't just going around shooting other people. There was different strategy to it. And because of that, like, you got a weird variety of different weapons and everything. And I absolutely loved it. I played the crap out of it until it basically, like, they shut down the servers. And when Splatoon 2 came out, I played the crap out of that too. So I love those games. And I know you played it a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I played Splatoon quite a bit.
Yeah.
I beat the whole single player, and yeah, it was good.
I didn't even beat the single player. I just played the multiplayer constantly. I was always booting it up and playing it. So much so that even Mrs. Dr. Pants played it, and she can't play 3D games. But I mean, I can concede to Rainbow Six Siege. Because
You've had your time in.
I got my time in. It was a good game. I don't go back to it nearly as much as you guys.
I still, I think over the holiday and stuff, I might boot it up once or twice.
Yeah, I still play it. Every week, at least, I put a bunch of hours in. You know, I bought all the operators.
That's fair. That's fair. And sorry, Slow Ted, no Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but a good pick.
It
good
was.
pick.
I actually
surprising
still have,
pick, actually.
Well, we'll talk about it down the road.
Yeah.
2016?
Yeah.
2016, Slow Tad's pick.
The first year of Nerdstrodamus.
The first year of Nerdstrodamus. Slow Tad's pick for 2016 was Titanfall 2.
Did it come out that long ago?
Yeah. Which, by the way, my game of 2016.
It's Titanfall 2?
Titanfall 2. That is a first-person shooter that even 3 years after it's come out, well, actually, 3 years after it came out,
Yeah.
I still play it. I still boot it up. And
They just made they made it the free game like last month or something?
For PlayStation, yep.
Yeah. It is an amazing game.
That was the fall of the many first-person shooters, indeed.
Yeah, and the surprising thing is it was the worst selling of all of them that came out, but it was my favorite. A great single-player campaign, amazing multiplayer, and they gave it all kinds of free updates for a while. It even added a brand new mode that was like a co-op multiplayer
Yeah, that
mode,
PvE mode.
which we played a lot of.
Yeah, and could still keep playing.
Yeah.
'Cause we haven't conquered it yet.
No other first-person shooter of recent years stands up as high as that one for me. And just as a game, I love it. Plus, I'm good at it.
That does help.
Yes.
That does help.
Plus, I get to be Spider-Man while playing Halo, basically, with giant robots. It's all of my favorite things. But anyway, Punk?
So, I actually, for 2016, I have two.
Okay.
My honorable mention, which now I'm kind of double checking. I was like, did I put the wrong year down on this? But Xenoverse 2 came out.
Oh, okay.
So that was my favorite. Well, second favorite for this year.
Okay.
The first one I enjoyed, but this one just kind of expanded more in the world and everything like that. I really enjoy it, and they're still doing updates for it, following the manga and on anime and everything like that. You can go Super Saiyan Blue!
Nice.
If you're a Saiyan, of course. But you guys won't agree, because I know you don't really care for this one, but Final Fantasy 15. So I'll concede to other games. But
No, it's fine. No. Here's the deal, though. I went and checked my playtime on all my systems just to check, and I had a lot of hours in. I actually had more hours in 15 than I had in my pick, because it was a longer game, of course. But no. I mean, it was still good.
it was a really
I remember being very, very happy with the way it went at the time, and only because of their business practices since then have I kind of felt like the game is a little scammy or something like that.
I'm biting my tongue. Because here's the deal. I beat 15 a year later.
Yeah.
I played through a good chunk of it when it first came out, and I put it down for a while. I went back a year later and finished it, and I remember feeling incredibly unsatisfied.
Empty even.
The ending,
Yeah, but the gameplay itself, the game itself, I loved.
I can't. I can't agree.
No?
No. I'm sorry. I know some people
okay.
love it. I think it's a
okay.
divisive game, and that's the problem. I'm not.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, mine's the big dumb guy in the room. I picked Doom.
That was really good, though.
Yeah.
Doom is really good,
Yeah.
but I'm still going to throw Titanfall 2 above it.
I'll give it up to Titanfall.
Same.
Okay.
That is, I think, the one game out of all of these that I still do play to this day.
And I love the story for Titanfall 2. I
Yeah.
thought it was really good and emotional.
Actually worth playing through multiple times.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah, and nice collectibles, and
Yeah.
just it was unique in how it played. The movement system in it is, I can't I can't express that enough. And
Yeah.
Apex, you drop the ball. Because like Apex, saying it in the Titanfall universe, but there's no wall running, no double jump. One character gets a grappling hook. Apex, you suck. That's my hot take. But so 2016 goes to Titanfall 2.
Yep.
Okay. Although I will say, Lambo, Doom is a fantastic.
Yeah, no.
I'm still
no.
playing it.
I know where Doom stands though. He's the big ugly guy in the corner of the room with the big club, who has a heart of gold.
It's true.
Yeah.
2017. So I'm gonna do Slow Tad's pick. It's a good pick. Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a good game.
It is a really good game.
It's a beautiful game.
Mm-hmm. I think we've all played it actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically Monster Hunter, but less boring.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to anybody who likes Monster Hunter. It's so drawn out and the combat's hard. But I liked Horizon Zero Dawn. I liked hunting the machines.
Yep.
And like the designs are fantastic. It was a really cool story. This awesome melding of like kind of nomadic old school tribes with like cool tech and a really interesting story. But come on, this was not my pick of 2017. It might be the same as your pick for 2017.
I'm feeling it.
Persona 5.
Yes.
Oh my god, what a game.
Oh man, and Royal is coming out
Oh
soon.
my, the day they announced it, the minute they announced it, bam, pre-order on the special edition.
Same here.
Had to. It's coming with a mask. But
So you can be a Phantom Thief.
like,
Yes.
Persona 5 was just outstanding.
Yes.
It was a true AAA JRPG, amazing graphics, amazing story, amazing characters, and I've said it so many times, and I know you'll agree, it oozes style.
Yes. Now, funny thing about Persona 5, wasn't on my radar when it released. Didn't care. The wife wanted it. So I was like, all right, okay. Maybe I'll check it out. And I was like, oh my God, this is so good!
See, if you go back and you watch the video where Lambo and I talk about our upcoming games of 2017 we were most looking forward to, I'm pretty sure number one for me is Persona 5.
Yep.
Because I was pumped.
Now, I had a second one for this year as well. It's the same year that Destiny 2 released.
Oh, okay.
And I do have fond memories of playing Destiny 2 until it kind of dribbled down. And then it came back. It comes back on my list, by the way.
I think I know when.
Yeah, you don't exactly know when. But yeah, Persona 5 is number one.
Mm-hmm. It's a tough one because it was the Switch launch year.
That was my
Breath of the
problem
Wild.
too.
And then I have Mario Odyssey on mine because Mario Odyssey was just so good.
Mario Odyssey was really.
It brought back the
really
whole
good.
exploration thing, and that was the thing they like realized like we messed up when we made 3D World. They basically kind of like said under their breath, and then was like, no, Mario Odyssey is what you want, and it was like Mario 64 on weird steroids. That's sort of like crack.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
I am shocked none of us have mentioned Breath of the Wild though.
Really
It was in a year where there was a lot of other good stuff though. Like I loved Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna get the sequel when it comes out. It was good, but Mario Odyssey was better.
So, funny thing about Breath of the Wild, it's the same thing. I think the same thing about it. What you think about Skyrim? I got bored. I was kind of just wandering around. I was like, I don't know where I'm supposed to really go.
You're not
I
supposed to go anywhere. That's the point.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about Skyrim, and
Yeah.
I totally get it. And I know no one will agree with this, but it was also a hard pick for me because the same year was also Xenoblade Chronicles 2. 2017 was a good year,
It was.
but
The next year was actually a lot better for me. But anyways, what do you guys think for this year? I'm not conceding.
I'm not conceding either. It's Persona 5.
It's Persona 5. It's Persona. I'm cool with that.
Okay, so
I have zero issues with this.
Persona 5. So that was 2017. 2018, Slow Tad's pick, and the next 2 years are no shock for him at all. 2018, Dragon Quest XI for Slow Tad.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Every episode through like 2018 up until that release, he would bring up his clock and be like, I got this many days. I'm not as big a Dragon Quest fan as him. I am a JRPG fan, but I know that Dragon Quest XI is a really great
I'm kind of
game.
looking for Dragon Quest to be maybe like my game I pick up, coming up here. Because a few of the games that I actually was waiting for in January, like the Mega Man X collection, actually, they got pushed back to February, actually.
Oh, did it? It got pushed back later into January, so it must have gotten pushed back.
Yeah,
again.
it's like the end of February now. But I'm thinking about getting it. for the Switch because it looks awesome.
Yeah.
And so it's just one of the I'm either gonna get that or the Star Ocean one.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions comes out in January, so I gotta snag that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
my 2018 game, and I'm gonna be pushed aside for this, but it was Bayonetta 1 and 2 on the Switch.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Like,
that's kind of surprising.
I go back to that game a lot.
You do. You talk about it a lot, but I'm kind of surprised.
There's another game you talk about more though.
In 2018?
Yeah.
What game?
Fallout 76.
No, Bayonetta is better.
But that wasn't my top. It was one of my games.
I almost had Bayonetta in I think 2014 because that's when Bayonetta 2 officially released. It was 1 and 2 on the Wii U, but the Switch release was better. They added a couple of things, and being able to play it handheld.
Yeah,
I love those games so much. And 2 has like all the cool I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like it's like an endless battle mode, and I'll go back and I'll play that a lot. And I love those games.
Now, 2018. I actually have 3, just because the other 2 are just they're honorable mentions. You have to mention them. They're both exclusives to Sony. God of War and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, I almost put down.
Spider-Man, I almost put down too.
Yeah, they were amazing exclusive games.
Yeah,
actually drove a lot of people to get a PlayStation 4
including
just
Dad.
because for those games.
Dad got the Spider-Man bundle for his PS4, so he could play it.
Yeah,
and God of War was really good.
Yeah,
too.
and actually, God of War was my pick as well.
Really?
Yeah.
My number 1 pick was actually Red Dead 2.
God, okay.
Oh, we're a little split.
Yeah.
I'm totally willing to concede mine.
Yeah, you should be.
I mean, it's one of my favorite games, but I'll just concede. But I mean, if I have to go for any of them, like the big name ones, I'll give it to Spider-Man or God of War. Spider-Man's a really good game.
I'm willing to concede, but Red Dead, you have to say that Red Dead was 2018.
Yeah.
Like, the story was fantastic. The graphics are fantastic. And people are actually still playing the multiplayer, kind of like GTA 5. They keep on adding, like, new bounty hunter things. And there's, like,
people
traders.
are just newly getting into it now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is kind of a hard year because, like, again, I'm willing to go to Spider-Man or God of War because it was also on my list. But in my head, I know it's Red Dead 2.
While I appreciate Red Dead for what it did, I never played Red Dead 2. I missed out on it entirely.
Monster.
Sorry, it wasn't on my radar. There were other games I wanted to play instead.
There was a lot to play that year.
Yeah.
I admit, 2018 was probably I'm gonna say maybe the biggest year in gaming of this generation that had the most crazy good, actually high quality things to play.
I'd agree.
It was a culminating year because then I think after that, now everybody's working on the next gen, and so this past year was a little meh because of it.
I mean, I'd be more than willing to give it to Spider-Man, but if I can't get an agreement on that, I'd give it to God of War. I knew you were gonna say God of War, but Spider-Man was so good.
God of War was good.
But Spider-Man was.
Spider-Man was good too.
I'll give it to God of War just because it's still on my platinum trophy list, just because I cannot beat The Last Valkyrie.
The combat's really, really good in God of War.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Do I want to give it to God of War?
We're all feeling weird about it.
Yeah, this is a weird year.
I'd be more comfortable giving it to Spider-Man personally, because Spider-Man was a better game in my mind, and I was willing to play through that game. But I might be clouded by the fact that I am a huge Spider-Man fan. I know you're a pretty big Spider-Man fan, Punk. So
supposedly there's a new one coming out soon too.
I know. And there were so many unlockables in Spider-Man.
Lambo is just holding his ground.
It's hard. No, hold on. But I'm thinking about the Red Dead thing too, because while I only have about 12 hours in Red Dead, because just other things came out and then it messed me up after that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of.
But and I'll make this argument.
Yeah.
Remember, this is not what we think everyone else is going to agree with. This is the Nerdstrodamus, what we think the best game is.
Are we going to say Spider-Man then?
If you're willing to go with it, I'm willing to go with it.
Again, it's the number 2 for my year.
Yeah,
so.
it's a weird toss-up for that year. So.
And my personal pick, I know, is not going to win, so my second pick would be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
All right, Spider-Man for 2018.
So, is that everybody? Well, except for Slow Tad.
Yeah.
Is that everybody's second pick?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense for unanimously together Spider-Man.
I'm sure Slow Ted would agree that it was a good game.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm putting words in his mouth, so who knows? And now we're on the current year, 2019.
Oh, this will be easy. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it was a tough decision for me. But Slow Ted's pick. Anyone want to guess what it was?
Borderlands.
It was Borderlands.
Yeah.
Borderlands 3 came out. He's been talking about it. He's been playing a lot of it. So Borderlands 3 was his pick. And
He said he's already beat it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, he's so far.
He's already platinumed it or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I didn't play it, and I know. Have you played it?
I actually just picked it up for Black Friday sale because it was really cheap, and I played maybe like an hour or two of it. I'm enjoying it so far. I just have other games I want to play before I get into Borderlands.
That's fair. That's fair. And of course, you haven't played it, Lambo.
No.
So, my pick for 2019. This was a tough one. I'm gonna say my second pick, based on how I'm feeling right now, but I had to put those feelings aside. But my number 2 pick was actually Pokemon.
Oh,
Sword and Shield.
I'm loving it.
It is
really good.
After Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, like I haven't had this much fun playing a Pokemon game in a while. So like it's so much fun, and I don't care what anybody says. Like the stuff they changed about it, I really appreciate. The fact that there's only 400 Pokemon, you can only get them in Sword and Shield. Like, thank God I can complete a Pokedex for once. But my number 1 pick is Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
I mean, I love the Fire Emblem series, and they ramped it up this time. There's 4 different storylines. There's recruiting in this one where you can recruit people from your different houses. There's an awesome storyline with a cool time skip that you get to see characters evolve into. There's the teaching mechanic of raising stats and like customizing the characters even more. And the job upgrade system in this one was like way more advanced than any other Fire Emblem game. Plus, it looked amazing. And having the school to explore in like a third person aspect and talk with people, it was great. And again, it looked beautiful. So that is my pick for Game of the Year 2019.
So for me, I have 2, technically. My honorable mention, my number 2. Only bring it up because it holds a special place in my heart. I played it when it first came out so many years ago, and then they remade it. Resident Evil 2. But I'm not putting it down as Game of the Year for this year because it's a remake. So it's kind of like, it doesn't really belong in this year. But it is really, really good. I love Mr. X. Just like stopping and just hearing those footsteps coming towards you. You're going to say something.
I recently bought it for Black Friday.
Yes.
And I can't wait to get more into it. I could only play it for like 30, 45 minutes when I started. So I got through the intro. I just got to the police station.
Okay.
But the cinematics are beautiful.
Yes.
The gameplay feels great.
Uh-huh.
If this was our like 1998 lists, I don't think we'd have a problem.
Yeah. But,
but my number 1 actually belongs to a word. Shadow. Because Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers came out, and Destiny 2 Shadowkeep came out.
See, I was actually going to ask you about, like, Realm Reborn did not show up anywhere on your list, and I know you're a big Final Fantasy XIV player.
See, I didn't play Final Fantasy XIV when it first came out, so I can't put it on my list.
Okay.
But I kind of feel like this year, 2 expansions kind of takes the place as number 1 title for a game, because both of them brought me back into their worlds again. Destiny 2 brought back so many good things. The moon is back, and it feels so right.
Where did the moon go?
It disappeared!
Did Roshi blow it up again? Darn it, Roshi!
No.
And then Shadowbringers brought in my favorite class, the Gunbreaker.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it is a tank class, and it just feels so good. And I finally became a tank again because I moved to DPS because I didn't feel like that having that much stuff on my shoulders. But anyways,
too much responsibility.
But so far, I actually kind of stopped playing the story for Shadowbringers. It's really good. It's just that the people I do dungeons with first time, we kind of don't have timelines matched up. So we're kind of waiting until we can actually get doing the dungeons again. And I'll continue on to the story. But both Shadow games are so good. I love them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I checked out what game I played most this year, it was Tetris 99, apparently. but that's not my pick.
I know we're an audio podcast.
yeah, I know.
This is my surprise face.
Yeah. I just like I think it was the game I just threw on in between like other stuff. I'd play it before bed. I'd like whatever. No, but Mario Maker 2.
So
and that's the second one I have the most time into this year.
Mario Maker 2 was really good.
And they just put the Zelda update out, so you can
and it
play as
actually
Link.
does different stuff. Like he gets bombs and stuff.
Bombs and arrows, and you have all the abilities Link has.
Did you know that if you play a nighttime level, the bombs walk? Like they move on their own. I'm serious. Like they get little feet and they move.
Like bombs.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising at all.
Yeah, but doesn't he get normal bombs?
We're in a world where bombs walk constantly. It's what they do.
I'm just saying it's weird that a nighttime level that happens. That it changes.
Okay.
But so we're all
pretty
divided.
And I'm
pretty
willing
split
to
there.
concede because mine was 2 expansions.
No one. The only other person who's gonna have played Fire Emblem in this group is Punk, and I know you enjoyed it.
I did. It was really good. I didn't beat it. I moved on to other things, but it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I'd be willing to say Mario Maker 2, but
Yeah, let's just toss it up. Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
get out. Is there anything else that came out this year that we all played a lot?
Well, that's the deal. Like I feel like this year we've definitely like kind of moved in different directions. Like I definitely played Pokemon with you. We definitely played some things that like the others played. I played a few things. Like I played a lot of Smash Bros this year, and I beat the World of Light.
Yeah, I mean Smash Bros was a really good game, but we can't say it's the game of this year because
No,
it came
'cause
out
it's
in
not.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, guys.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna take a quick look at the top games and see if there's anything we can agree on.
I don't know. Like, was there anything we all played this year together that we can all agree was like
Death Stranding.
Did anyone here actually play it?
No.
No, I'll play it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play it
Mortal
too.
Kombat 11 came out. We only played a little bit of that together. Gears. I guess Shenmue 3 came out.
It did,
Yeah.
but none of us played
Untitled Goose Game. It's taking the world by storm.
that. It has.
None of y'all said Darksiders Genesis.
No, it hasn't come out. It just came out.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the Switch version, honestly.
Yoshi's
to play
Crafted
it.
World.
Yoshi's Crafted World does not get it.
Call of Duty Mobile.
No.
Wargroove.
I liked Wargroove a lot. But no.
Outer
Anthem?
Worlds. Outer Worlds, I think once I beat Outer Worlds, that might be my top game, actually. But and that's why time kind of changes things, too. Like, saying it now, and then versus, like, when I look back a couple years later, I definitely have different ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do it now.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5 was this year also, which...
Yeah.
You played
I guess maybe we
Yeah.
can agree then that, like, no matter whatever this game is, it's not going to make it number one on our total list.
No, it's true.
For the best
you're
game of the
absolutely
decade.
right. Because, well, this year had a lot of really good games. There's a lot of stuff in previous years that were better.
Uh-huh.
So, you guys just want to leave it up to those are our personal picks for 2019?
Yeah.
I don't
We could throw them into the
Yeah.
mix.
Okay, so then the way it goes is Slow Tad was Borderlands 3 for 2019.
Yeah.
I was Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I'll do Shadowbringers. Just
Tom
pick
Pitt-
for one.
Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers. And Lambo, are you going to throw in Mario Maker 2?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's probably not going to make our best game of the decade. Like, none of these will.
No.
Probably not.
But they were all really good games. And there were a lot of good games this year.
Uh-huh.
But nothing stood out. Like, nothing stood out.
Well, nothing's easy enough for us to
Yeah.
agree on.
There's a lot of things that stood out
Yeah.
individually.
Yeah.
But trying to put them together...
and try to say one's better.
Yeah.
Than that's what I mean. Like, nothing
Yeah.
stands out as, like, that's got to be the
Yeah.
game.
So the full list we're going to pick from later will be Mass Effect 2, Skyrim, Darksiders 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Destiny, Rainbow Six Siege, Titanfall 2, Persona 5, Spider-Man, Borderlands 3, Mario Maker 2,
Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Five on Three Houses, and
Final Fantasy 14
Shadowbringers.
Shadowbringers.
you got it.
So we'll be coming back sometime in the next few weeks once we've had time to let the dust settle and see who
Repair all of our friendships. And
who stands above as the victor in this number one game of the decade, 2010 to 2019.
Oh, boy.
So, guys, I don't know what the next couple
It's
of
going to be
years
an
are
epic
going to bring.
shootout.
PlayStation 5.
But really,
Switch 2.
not the Switch 2. They actually came out and said they're riding that.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
It's selling. It's selling so well. They're riding that as long as
Might
they
as
can.
well. Just
yeah.
keep, guess releasing, new versions of the console or whatever.
Yeah.
Better battery life, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. I have trouble seeing what the next year's going to bring as far as surprises. Because let's face it, I don't have 20/20 vision.
Oh,
Wear glasses. Now, at the beginning of January, we'll put our top games of 2020 video.
Yeah.
Like normal.
I still don't know what that's going to be. I know January I'm going to get Tokyo Mirage Sessions because.
Well, there's a state of play this week, so by the time people
yes.
hear stuff, they're obviously announcing stuff for next year and whatever.
probably small stuff.
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 for 2020. I'm not going to play it.
I already know what my big picks for next year will
Yeah,
be.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk and Dragon Ball Kakarot.
Oh, that comes out in January.
Yep.
Oh, crap, does it?
The same day as Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I'm getting Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Come on, Fire Emblem Mega 10 crossover with Japanese pop music. Yeah. But, so anyway, let us know. Comment. You can tweet at us.
Yeah, let us know your favorite games of the decade.
Yeah, and it's tough because there's the past decade. There's been a lot of great stuff. I mean, we've gone through console generations. We've gone through all kinds of different news and studio breakdowns and studios coming out and whatnot. There's been a lot of changes in the past 10 years. But let us know what your picks for any given year are, or what your favorite games of the past 10 years have been. You can find us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. This podcast, if you're watching it on YouTube, this podcast is also available on... Are we on Spotify?
Yeah, we're on Spotify.
We're on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on iTunes Podcasts. We're on Podomatic. You can find us there. If you're listening to this audio-wise, of course, go to the YouTube channel. We have all our videos there along with all our video podcasts. And, yeah, we're Nerdstrodamus everywhere except for Twitter. We're Nerdstrodamus DL. We're down low. You got it. But, again, thanks for listening, everyone. And, like I said, get in contact with us. Let us know what you think. And maybe we'll bring it up in the concluding episode of this. But for Nerdstrodamus, I'm Dr. Pants.
Lambo.
And I'm Punk.
And we will catch you all some other time.